language of flower originated in the early 19th century in France. It was every country and group that gave those flowers various meaning by their specialties, characteristics, habits, and historical allusions. Does anyone know what a beautiful flower is? That's right, it's lily. And what does the lily represent? It represents the nobility and chastity of the women. In the Bible, Eve and Adam were tempted to eat the forbidden fruit by a snake. As a result, Eve was banished from the Garden of Eden. She was so regretful for what she did, so that she could not help but shed several tears. After tears dropped onto the land, the tears became the fragrant white lily, which was taken as a pure gift. Therefore, people consider the lily as a representative of chastity and freshness. According to Christianity, a lily represents the purity and nobility of the Virgin Mary, Mother of Jesus. Thus, the lily is also called the flower of Mary by the Christian. At the wedding in ancient Rome and Greece, the lily implied purity. People used lily as a headdress for a bride, which implied an abundant harvest and staying in love forever. In China, the lily is the symbol of the maternal love. In Rukai, one of the Aboriginal tribes in Taiwan, the lily also means a love to them. It is considered as their tribal flower. To them, the lily also symbolizes the purity of the maiden. And why does the lily mean purity of the maiden to Rukai people? This reminds us of a touching story and a song, The Love of Tidranger.
The Princess Balin was a well-known beauty, whose character is mild and kind-hearted. She naturally became the girl who was courted by the Rukai and the warriors who lived nearby Rukai tribe. However, Princess Balin disdained those warriors with no reasons. Once upon a time, on the way to the movement of collecting herbs in the mountains, Princess Balin met her ideal lover, Adalio. They fall in love with each other very soon. If you really love me, you should come to my village and follow the customs to propose the marriage, said Balin. By the lake, which was shone by the moonlight, Adalio made a promise to Balin. He decided to go to the tribe to propose marriage 3 days later. In the early morning of the third day, clansmen only saw a large hungry snake bring a large number of animals with him to marry Balin as a wife. Because owing to the ancestral spirit, Balin's father did not reject the snake's request directly. However, he didn't want his beloved daughter to marry to the abnormal Adalio, so he asked the snake to find colorful glass beads, for purposely giving Adalio a hard time. The colorful glass beads, also known as the Tears of the Sun, were a legendary treasure. It was said this treasure was kept by the sea god. However, the Snake King was a mountain creature. How can he get the colorful glass beads in the sea? Based on the deep love for Balin, Adalio made up his mind to take the pace to looking for the colorful glass beads.
After undergoing the difficult and adventurous time for 3 years, Adalio finally brought back with him the colorful glass beads. Balin was excited to nestle in the arms of her lover, and they went back to the tribe together. Balin's father kept his promise and married Balin to the Snake King, Adalio. On the wedding day, following the Rukai tradition, the Snake King passed the test of the ritual of snatching the bride and brought Princess Balin with him, go back to Tidranger, and lived there together. Prince Balan turned to her family and said, "Dear parents, I will protect this place. If you go hunting here, you will have a harvest. But if the prey is killed, please do not bring it back." After the talk, she walked into the lake with the Snake King. A few days later, the river bank was covered with lilies. That is why the Lukai tribal people wear lilies to commemorate their princess. This also represents the girl's faithfulness and the warrior's bravery. Later, people used a melodious song to hand down this love story. This is the story of the song, The Love of Taijunger. We can see clearly the white lily and its refined appearance. No matter where it is, it always stands for the purity and chastity of woman. It also represents the lofty love which people pursue. After listening to the story, do you have the same feeling?
我们相恋在小湖畔中，对未来不抱多余的奢求，七彩琉璃是一种承诺。